Missy Speaks TV, and I'm back. Thank y'all for checking in on my short video clip regarding daily hair care. Hope it helps somebody. Hope it makes your life a little bit easier. But what I'm here to do now is get into these hot topics, and it's a lot going on, child. It always is, right? Who we gonna start off with first? Okay, you know what? Let's start off with DJ Vlad. Uh, DJ Vlad has his own like YouTube blog channel where he interviews folks that are in the entertainment industry, as you know, and a lot of black folks go in there and pretty much talk about their lives and other people's lives, and unfortunately also get arrested after they go on his show. He might be low key working for the federales. I don't know, allegedly, but I don't know why people keep going on that show, but they do. So more power to him. But Vlad found himself in a little bit of trouble these last few days. He had made a comment, I think it was on Twitter, and he was talking about Kendrick Lamar's new song, Not Like Us. He was saying that it needed a better mix and it takes away from the song. And then there was another Twitter user who came on. Her name is Morgan Jenkins. She said, this is a black affair. You are white. So she's basically telling him to stay in his lane, stay out of it. And Vlad got a little sassy, got a little upset because somebody told him, that he needed to stay in his lane and not comment on black, entertainment issues. A mess, okay? So, the young lady made that comment. She just so happens to be a professor at, I think it is, what university? Black came back and they kind of had a back and forth after that on Twitter, a little Twitter battle. DJ Vlad said, wait, so a professor at Princeton is telling me that a white person shouldn't be able to voice their opinion about hip hop? Is that how you interact with your students? Oh, Lord. Well, Vlad, every time you interact with somebody of color on your show, they end up in prison. Would you like to explain that part? But I digress. So, of course, she responds again and she says, what I'm saying is that you put your opinion in the discussion that's not needed. This conversation is and should center black people, not you. And so Lad comes back and says, don't try to change your words around. Well, I don't think she did, Lad. She just further explained her point. I don't think she tried to change her words around. But he goes, don't try to change your words around. I'll be reaching out to Princeton about this on Monday. No, he didn't turn into a Karen. Immediately. Honey. It went straight Karen. He went nuclear Karen on her. Okay. I'm going to contact your manager on Monday. Ooh, child. Well, he messed with it. Look, all I have to say is the black community came together and reminded Vlad of who he worked for, because I have said this in the past, okay? I have said it in previous videos. Self-employed people, we are not really self-employed. It's all about who likes us, because if they don't like us, they're not going to watch, they're not going to pay, they're not going to do anything that we need them to do to keep the business afloat. And Vlad found that out quick, fast, and in a hurry, as he has now been introduced into the F around and find out crew. He is now a part of that crew, okay? So basically, he got a whole lot of backlash as a result of him trying to dime her out to Princeton so that he could get her fired. I mean, more than likely, that's his whole reason for doing that. I mean, he really took it too far. Okay, somebody makes a tweet about how they don't agree with your opinion, Vlad, and you go to their manager. You are trifling, okay? Complete trash. So, Vlad realized the error of his ways, and he came back with a tweet apologizing, because he got his ass handed to him by all of the folks on Black Twitter, and he says, after considerable reflection, I would like to apologize to at Morgan Jenkins for tagging her job in my replies during our Twitter exchange last weekend. Oh, after considerable reflection? I would think it was after you got your ass handed to you, Vlad. But okay. A few Twitter users had some responses to DJ Vlad's apology. One Twitter user responded, "Right move. Now sit her down in your chair and interview her um, about the subject, and let's get a healthy conversation going. It's not the mistake; it's what comes after that counts." I feel like it's both, but okay. And I think it's a great idea to invite her on your show so you guys can have a cultural one on one exchange about why she feels that you shouldn't have an opinion about things that are black. Okay? Sounds like Vlad found out that fat meat is greasy. If he ain't never had it before, he had it this week. Okay? That was one Twitter user. Another Twitter user came back and said, and I like his name's Muhammad. I like how he responded on this when he said, "You only saying you're sorry because of the backlash. If there wasn't any backlash, you wouldn't have had a considerable reflection, let alone apologize." Facts. Yes, that's right, Muhammad. He ain't lying. You ain't lying about that. He wouldn't be apologizing. He would be feeling completely justified. But because his employers got on Twitter and reminded him who's boss, he said, "Whoa, I don't want my ratings to go down. I don't want people to stop watching my show. So let me get it together." So yes, DJ Vlad finally realized that I need to get on here and do a little cleanup, if you will. So yeah, that's what's going on with old DJ Vlad. Let's go on to the next topic, child, because we got a lot to cover. Okay. Moving on, as I like to say. Who is next? Okay. Cardi B, my girl Cardi. Lord Jesus, not little Cardi. Ooh, child. She, it's the Met Gala thing we got to talk about, yo. It's the Met Gala. Cardi had on this stunning black gown, which I thought was very unique. I didn't necessarily like all the black in the gown, but I felt like they could have done something different with the color. But I like the style of the gown. It is the Met Gala. It's all about art, so it's not going to be an Oscar gown or a MTV Awards dress. It's gonna be over the top, obviously. So, Cardi, you only have one thing you need to remember when you're on a red carpet, and that's who you're wearing, because that's the first thing that folks are going to ask you. They're going to ask you, who are you wearing, right? Cardi must have been nervous or something, because when that question came up, she was just. she, well, let me let you guys listen to it, okay?
Amazing. Who made this? I feel amazing. It's this amazing designer. They're Asian and everything. So yeah.
Why? She just couldn't even think of his name. The only thing she could recall was what his race was. He's Asian. That's all I know. Oh my god. Cardi. My gosh, girl. Poor thing probably had a whole stomach full of butterflies, okay? Let me let y'all.
Amazing. Who made this? I feel amazing. It's this amazing designer. They're Asian and everything. So yeah.
Oh my God, Cardi. I felt so bad for her. I truly, in my heart of hearts, don't believe that Cardi meant any harm. I truly feel like it just kind of escaped her, and she just couldn't think straight and unfortunately, the only thing she can remember is what his culture and background was, and that he was Asian. And boy, did that not come out very great. Cardi did have a response to all the backlash. She felt, well, let Cardi explain it in the way Cardi knows best how to explain it. Oh, of course, these little sites that have the video want to get their 15 seconds of advertising in, but not on my watch. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to what Cardi
because
has to say.
hi guys, I want to make this very clear because I see a former director of Vogue trying to be funny or like maybe because he felt offended about something or whatever. And I see a lot of you guys fake gagging on Twitter. But I want to make this very clear, right? First thing first, when I was on the carpet, I was very scared because the dress was supposed to be like on a little podium, and I've been practicing how to pose on the podium, but at the carpet I wasn't allowed to use the podium, so I had a lot of things on my mind, and I was being rushed to the front of the line. So when I was getting interviewed, I kind of forgot to pronounce the designer's name because his name is a little bit complicated. So I was like, damn, how to pronounce his name? Like my mind was just racing. I think the former director of Vogue, he got offended because I said Asian designer. I said Asian designer because I know that the designer was Asian, but I wasn't sure what nationality the designer was. And I feel like it's offensive if I was to be like, oh, some Chinese designer or some Korean designer or some Vietnamese designer, because I feel like I don't want to get somebody's nationality mixed up. So I said an Asian designer. So I didn't say that to be offensive or to get your little speedos in a bunch. But I do feel like, as a person that work in fashion, I feel like the designer and my stylist, we work really hard for this theme. So for you to be kind of shady because you feel offended or whatever, it just proves why you're the former director. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're trying to offend me, but you're actually offending the people that work behind the scenes. You're actually offending the people that spend hours and hours on phone calls and on Zooms and money on this design just because you got offended by a comment that I made without you not even knowing why I said it, how I said it. And for you guys to talk about like, oh, she don't know this, she's not a fashion, she's this, she's not gonna get invited this year. Baby, I'm Cardi B.
Ooh, yeah. Lord. She said, I'm Cardi B, ho. Don't worry about it, boo. I'm going to get invited to the cookout again. Don't worry. Because I'm Cardi B. Child. Lord. Okay, Cardi. All right, you know what? We get you had a little bit of the butterflies in your stomach and in your vagina. We understand. You were a little nervous. It's all good this time. But you can't keep making those types of mistakes, honey. You know, these designers trying to eat, and they can if you forgetting their name. Oh, and by the way, this particular designer, his name was Sin Lee, so it wasn't that complicated. Okay? I mean, if you really wanted to, you know, Sin Lee, just chalk it up to the fact that you were nervous. You did say that. We forgive you this time. You know, and I understood what she was saying about the whole, you know, I said Asian because I didn't want to say he was Chinese or Japanese or Korean and not really know his nationality. So that made sense. But still, just the way it came out, it was still, you know, very cringy. So we understand we're human beings, we make mistakes, and um, it sounds like the folks who run the Met Gala have forgiven you, and even though the public had came for you, it sounds like they kind of forgave you a little bit too. So next time, though, you know, if you got to write it on the back of your hand, Cardi, please just remember at least the designer, because that's the only thing you got to remember when you hit the red carpet. Okay? We love you. Oh, I can't do it. It always feels like I'm like about to spit or something. All right, Cardi. All right, we heard you. We got you. Got you. Who's next? Moving on. Our next one up for the roster. All right, we're gonna talk a little bit about leave Britney alone. I swear, y'all are really gonna drive Britney to lose her mind. Okay, seriously, like leave that girl alone. My gosh. Well, she is. There are some things that have come up that have concerned me even a little bit. This new boyfriend of hers, what's his name? Mr. Paul Richard Solis. He's now being called out by his I guess former girlfriends that he used to date that are now the baby's moms. It's been said that he has 9 or 10 kids by 2 or 3 different baby moms. One of the baby's moms has like 5 of his kids. So I'm like, girl, you had 5 of his kids. You knew he was a mess, and you just kept pushing the babies out. So we don't even know we should sympathize with your butt. But okay, girl. They're saying that he doesn't take care of his kids, and now he over there with Britney, which is convenient, right? They're also saying that he was a felon. He had been arrested in 2016 and 2020, convicted of felony firearm possession. Oh my God. She out here dating Tony Montana. My God, Brittany. What's going on, girl? You have so much access. This woman is worth $60 million, and she is dating a licensed contractor who does technique tile work. Basically, he lays grout and tile. Now, ain't nothing wrong with being your average Joe, working your average job. We all work those types of jobs. We all are your average Joes on here, okay? But when you are worth $60 million, you have a different level of reach and access, okay? You can meet, the Justin Timberlakes of the world, and who else is really, really rich? The Brad Pitts of the world. You're on that level. Why are you dating the towel guy? Why? Brittany! Girl, don't make me pick up my umbrella, okay? I'ma do it. I will do it. Brittany, you deserve so much better for yourself, and I just feel like I don't want to see her back under any kind of conservatorship, but the more that comes out about her personal life, the more I feel like it's just making her look crazier and crazier. Just the decisions you're making, the people you're putting in your circle, in your proximity shouldn't even be there, Brittany. Little Brit. Basically, he's coming back out. He's this guy, Paul Richard Solis, is hitting back saying, I own my own business. I have custody of my kids, which that's not our understanding, but allegedly that's what he's saying. And he owns his own business, and he's a licensed contractor who does technique tile work. Okay, but you also can't seem to stay out of prison. And he also looks like Kevin Federline, which was her ex-husband. She's got it tight, that's for sure. Okay, Brittany, I just wish somebody who was really, looking out for her would kind of get in her ear and help her out a little bit, because I'm just worried about the girl. It's unfortunate. Keep prayers up for Brittany, okay, y'all? Because now she out here dating convicts. Lord have mercy. Who's next? I'm trying to save them for last, because, Shawnee O'Neal, who's now Shawnee Henderson because she's married to the preacher. Shawnee O'Neal, child. She just wrote a book, right? It's called Undefeated. And in this book she did an interview, and she admitted that she doesn't think she ever loved Shaq, right? And I was like, wow, you never loved him? Y'all had kids, right? Y'all were married. I guess that doesn't mean anything. I guess it's possible to be with someone for years and then realize that you never loved them. Shaq is very open about the fact that he did not ever, he was not really a good husband. He did her wrong, really wrong. You know, being a basketball player, you have a lot of access to groupies and hoes, and he unfortunately did not say no. Okay, so um, she kind of came out in an interview and said that she doesn't think that she was ever in love with him, and Shaq actually responded, and I really like Shaq. I think he's a great athlete. He's got a great personality. He's really good in interviews. He makes you love him. He really makes you love him because of his personality. And in every interview he's been doing lately, he's been owning up to his mistakes about his past marriage with Shawnee, saying that he was a bad husband, that he has regrets because he comes home and he wishes that he had, his family there waiting for him, and he regrets the mess that he made that caused the destruction of his marriage. Um, he came out and he said, I understand I wouldn't have been in love with me either. Wishing you all the best with a heart emoji. Wow. All love, Shaq. And then he has his picture there, and it is Shaq, trust me, I get it. And so that really kind of made me sad. And I don't know if this is just technique for Shaq and he just knows how to pull at your heart. But he constantly, in every interview, says it's not her fault. This marriage, the destruction of my marriage was my fault. I destroyed it. I regret it. And now he's saying he doesn't even blame her for not loving him. It almost made me want to cry, child. Well, Shawnee, I hope the book is worth it. I hope you make a lot of money off of it. I hope you feel like you get the restitution you deserve for the hell he put you through. Because he is feeling it now, child. He definitely seems to be feeling it. Every time you see Shaq, he always in somebody's DMs. He still seems to be out here hoeing it up as a single man, which is his prerogative. When you're single, you can have 20,000 little girlfriends. But I really get the impression that now he wishes he could readdress the hands of time and turn them back and fix the mistakes he's made, because he really effed up. You effed up, Shaq. You effed it all up. And now Shawnee writing a book telling people she don't love you, and she never did. But I'm glad that he, with class, and came back with his response. I'm glad he didn't come back with a Twitter battle like old DJ Vlad, but he actually came back humbly and almost apologized again. We're gonna pray for both of y'all, Shawnee and Shaq. Put a little prayer. Let me get my fan out. Little prayer for Shawnee and Shaq. Gonna cover him with the holy fan. Man, that's sad, but I mean, at least he was classy about it. Moving on, Tiffany Haddish. Yes, 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 yes. Now, you know what? I saw Tiffany Haddish on the Sherry Shepherd show, and I was really impressed with that interview she did with Sherry. She was funny. I found myself laughing at her jokes. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, that's right. Tiffany's back. She's got her funny back. Tiffany's sober. Okay. And then literally I clicked off of that YouTube video with Sherry Shepherd, and the next video was about Tiffany Haddish being on stage cussing out a fan. Somebody that paid to come see her. This is another person who don't know that she's really not self-employed. Lord have mercy, child. Tiffany Haddish. She got booed in LA, which was at the Netflix show that she's been a part of. And then it was just kind of followed by a meltdown at that point. Let you listen to a little bit of what happened. This was, let me go ahead and pull this up. She's actually yelling at a fan, and Tiffany is basically saying, I've never gone to college, F college, I don't give a crap about college. And these kids were actually involved in a protest. So she's going to talk about that a little bit here. Well, you'll actually hear Tiffany cursing out the fan right here.
Colleges, right? I don't give a fuck about that shit. I've never went to college. Why would I care? Boo to college? Or boo that I never went? Or boo that I don't give a fuck about the college? Why should I give a fuck about the college? There's not genocide at the college. I give a fuck about what's going on the other side of the world, but why would I give a fuck about the college?
Oh my God, Tiffany. So, a fan actually wrote a very eloquent tweet in response to why she should give an F about college, okay? And this is what the fan wrote. She said, "Some of us are capable of caring about multiple issues at the same time. I can be concerned with college students and their well-being exercising the right to freedom of speech and be concerned about genocide in another country." And so I just don't understand why Tiffany had to go on that ridiculous tirade with these college students that were actually out protesting about the genocide that's happening. And I just don't understand why she felt that response was necessary. But she's constantly getting herself in trouble. It's like she goes from highs to lows, up and down, and you just don't know what to expect from her. Like I said, I saw her on Sherry Shepherd, and it was an amazing interview. She looked good. Her fashion was all that in a bag of chips. And I just found myself in stitches laughing at her jokes. And they were coming off the cuff. Bam, bam, bam. The jokes were just hitting. They were landing left and right. And then right after that, there's a video of her cursing out a fan in LA on the Netflix special. To be on a Netflix special is so difficult to probably get a gig like that. Okay? So they gave her a shot, and this is what she does. So I don't know what to think about Tiffany anymore, because every time I think that, okay, she's on her way back in the right direction, she does something crazy like this. And this isn't the first time. Next, we're going to hear about her behind the wheel again with another DUI. I mean, Tiffany, you need to get a hold of yourself, girl. This is ridiculous. It's embarrassing and it's ridiculous. That's where I am with Tiffany. I'm going to reserve my hopes and well wishes for her when I see. I always wish people well, but as far as jumping on the bandwagon of saying, "Oh, Tiffany's doing great," which was what I was about to do when I saw that Sherry interview, I'm just gonna wait her out, because her highs and lows are even too much for me, and I'm a pretty hyper person. So say some prayers for Tiffany, child. Prayers for Tiffany. Pull out the prayer fan for Tiffany. Prayer fans for Tiffany, child. Moving on. You know what? Before we do Portia and Simon, I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about Jaleel White. I know you know Jaleel, right? He is Urkel. Remember Urkel? Yes, Urkel. Urkel just got married for the first time, and he married a white woman. Now, I'm for love who you love, marry who you want to marry, honey, because, it's really, really hard to find love in this world. So if you can find it, and it's with a white woman, an Asian woman, a black woman, whoever, great. But you had a whole lot of black women in his DMs at this point after he announced his nuptials, upset that he got married to a white lady. I'm like, y'all wasn't even interested in Jaleel. Y'all was still looking at him like, he still look a little bit like Urkel to me. I don't know if I'm feeling it. Yeah, see, y'all wasn't into Jaleel like that, and now you upset that this man has married a white woman. Why? You wasn't giving him no kind of play. Y'all wasn't in his DMs, nothing. So y'all need to stop with that. Congratulations to Jaleel. But I do have to say, I got to be a little bit shady, just a little bit. Jalil has married a woman by the name of Nicolette Rule, who is a sports executive. Okay, so this girl got cheddar. She got access to, a different market of folks than what Jalil had access to, because he really wasn't doing a whole lot of anything. Even though he's a celebrity, you don't ever hear him being in anything. But he made a Jeezy move, child. He married himself an affluent woman, not somebody who was going to cape off of him, but that he could actually capitalize off of. Okay. Nicolette is a sports executive, and they met during the pandemic, and conveniently, Mr. Jalil White has a new book coming out called Growing Up Urkel. Oh my goodness. And a in a store near you, honey. Go out and buy his book. So yeah, it's just very interesting that he marries this very successful woman of his preference, of another persuasion, right when he is about to launch his book. Y'all better watch these men out here trying to push books. You're going to find yourself in divorce court a year and a half, 2 years from now. So we'll see. We'll see how this all works out in the next year or two. But yeah, he made a Jeezy move, child. Married himself a rich woman, just who has access to a whole different market of folks, and is very marketable of him, to marry somebody very wealthy and who has this kind of access right when he's pushing his book. So allegedly, we're just going to say that it's all for love, but who knows? Allegedly, it might be for some other reasons, like our friend Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. So yeah, it's very interesting, very very interesting that he, yeah, But yeah, love who you love, honey. I don't ever remember Jalil ever even dating, women. I've never even seen him date black women before. Now that I think about it, his daughter is mixed too. So this should not surprise us, folks. Y'all need to relax. Okay, y'all really do. And I think last, but certainly not least, child, coming up on the rear, Portia and Simon. Lord, child, I'm going to make this short and sweet because we've already talked about them enough. Simon is now requesting a jury trial, child. Simon is... he is not playing, okay? He is requesting a jury trial, and mainly because he knows that he has the court of public opinion on his side. Facts. Okay, he does. He knows he knows that a lot of people have found the way Portia has questionably exited their relationship is very questionable. Even though I feel like there are no innocent parties in any of this. Simon's done his dirt, Portia's done his dirt, even Phelan did her dirt. So in my opinion, everybody's saying the timelines are different to try to make themselves look better, but in my opinion, nobody's really innocent. But if we kind of just look at through the lens of what's happening between Portia and Simon, ooh, child, nasty work all the way, Portia. Yes, God, nasty work all the way. So now Portia has also filed additional paperwork in court stating that she wants Simon to pay her attorney's fees. So, that's not going to happen. But she's requesting this because Simon wants a jury trial, which is going to drag this thing out even further. She's going to keep having to pay. And so far, she's paid over $50,000. So she wants him to pay her attorney's fees now. She's got to go through a jury trial. And, of course, he's going to file documents requesting that he not be required to do that. She filed for this divorce, and so she's going to get it. That's basically his viewpoint on it. Now, I found Simon penned a comment on his Instagram. What did I do with that comment? He penned this comment, child. Ooh, child. And I really feel like it is very eloquently stated and why it is he wants a jury trial. When I read this comment to you, this will help you to understand why he wants a jury trial. A fan posted this under one of his posts posted this comment under one of his posts on Instagram. This fan said, Portia made this divorce messy. Now she's going to stew in it. A parable in my dialect says, you cannot ask the one who was beaten not to cry. You run off to file for divorce when I'm not in the country without even speaking to me, abandon my young children left in your care. Then you ask for the prenup to be enforced and try to kick me and my children out of the house I own and pay bills for. I mean, who does that? Portia quickly turned everything into a fight with threats and harassment. Her love, oh, right here, oh, this is real messy. Then she quotes, her love and be his peace turned into hate and violence real quick. And that's because she never loved the man. She loved his pockets, but she picked the wrong millionaire. Ooh, this is a fan who wrote this. Simon saw that and he pinned it at the top of his Instagram. He also pinned a couple of other comments right after that, so I don't know if this pinned comment is still there, child. But that right there told him that I've got the public on my side, and a jury trial is going to be just what he needs in order to win this case against Portia in his divorce, to have that prenup thrown out and all the other crazy requests that he's put in so far, having her kicked out of the house, having the prenup thrown out, everything. So that comment there tells a lot about the headspace of where the fans are, and they seem to be leaning towards Simon, in favor of Simon. And based on what was written in that post, it's fair to see why the court of public opinion might be on his side. You understand? I get it. I agree that the part that kind of upset me the most about the Portia situation was not that she filed without telling him, but that she left the kids. She didn't even take the kids with her, until he returned, and then sent them back in an Uber or something. I mean, my God, doggone, Portia. I mean, that was pretty heartless. Allegedly. That was heartless. If that's what you did, that was heartless. So he's got the court of public opinion on his side, and he knows it. So we'll see where all this lands. But yeah, now he's asking for a jury trial, child. A mess, a whole mess. Well, y'all, I am done with these hot topics. As you can see, we have talked about a lot. I hope I didn't miss anything. I think I must have talked about 7, 8 celebrities in 30 minutes. But it was definitely worth it. I am so glad I had a chance to chit chat with y'all today. And I will see you again soon. Please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Please become a member of the Missy Speaks TV family, guys. Get on the Missy train. I love talking to y'all, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Bye.